Let's look at a few questions here. We're talking about Guinea. It's a former colony.
Right.
But why do people in some colonies choose not to become independent?
That's a great question, right? I guess they don't have a choice. I think they don't have a choice. Only people in power, they can decide.
That's a good point.
I think so. And then the residents or the citizens of that country, whoever, whichever, they are like hostages.
That's true.
I feel like they cannot escape, right? So the matter of becoming independent, that's not their hands. That's not in their hands. That's their the leaders' hands.
Well, yeah. I mean, even if they wanted to start a revolution, independence movement, those are usually put down by the government.
Right, there you
very
go.
Quickly. Put down.
Put down.
They always, growing up, for example, like let's say one person was born and then while growing up, they always get the aids from UNICEF or other like NGO. So they don't have to work because they are just giving. I mean, receiving and giving. So they feel like this is good life.
Sure.
They never experienced the life from other countries. So I guess that's how they just get used to their lives.
That's true. Or it could be something like they aren't sure. Like maybe things are hard now, but they could be worse.
They could be worse.
We don't know. Do you know the phrase, the devil you know?
Oh, devil you know. Right, there you go.
They know this devil, they don't know the other devil.
Right.
So they're gonna stick with the one they know. Maybe it'll be worse if they get freedom, independence.
Absolutely.
Things will be harder.
And then when it comes to education, maybe they don't get a lot of proper education level. So their education level could be a little lower than others. So they don't know their rights.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
So that's why it's very difficult.
Yeah, and I think the colonizing power will probably try to keep the education low so they don't have any recourse to counter their power.
Right.
That would make sense too. Recourse.
Recourse.
What about in your country? How do authorities handle anti-government protests?
I heard that back in like 1970s and 80s, it was brutal. They just lock people up and sometimes they disappear. Sometimes people, expired. But now they changed, so very soft right now, I heard. Right, so there are a lot of protests in Gwanghwamun area, but the policemen, they just stand there, make sure that they don't use, I guess, brutalities. I guess
they just keep them, I guess, following the laws, right? They have the right to protest, but they have to do it within a certain. They can't get violent. They can't break things.
Right.
Something like that.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
How about in the U.S.?
I mean, I think generally, it like you said, in the past it was worse. In 1960s civil rights movement, very brutal. It really depends on the movement and it depends on how people are protesting. But generally, we have the right to peaceably protest. So if you're being peaceful, not causing any problems, then you're free to do whatever you want.
Right.
That's it for today. We'll see you next time.